There we go. Live.
Good evening.
Episode 953.
447.
Something like that.
Coming up on the big 450. Oh, we should do something for 451. Maybe burn a book. That's a Ray Bradbury reference.
Yeah.
You get to pick the title, Jay. What would be a book that you would burn?
Excellent. Oh, there'd be a pile.
Really?
Pretty much any autobiography of any politician, period.
Oh, yeah.
I burned a book once.
What was it?
It was for an artistic photograph.
Ah.
Okay.
It was
what was the book?
It was a high school government book. And I set it up so you could see the cover and then lit it on fire so you saw it burning behind. So it was on fire.
The whole book burning, book banning thing just baffles me in this day and age. I'm like, you know about ebooks, right?
They don't think that far.
Basically, find a file for any book that you might want.
Almost.
Download it.
Yeah. Almost.
Download it, delete it. Download, delete it.
The whole thing is that banning, again, words mean whatever people want them to mean. You know, a school board takes a book off the curriculum. They banned it. Well, no, they didn't. They didn't remove it from the school library. They just said, we're going to take it off of this curriculum. You know, like the word ban gets thrown around way, way too much.
Yeah.
Except, of course, when it comes to firearms, then that's just common sense. Let's have common sense book control. But, you know, I mean, they don't say that about Twitter, do they? We're going to have common sense media control.
No, they have been kind of saying that. I've been noticing that the Twitter thing, the argument for the whole Elon Musk thing. Oh no, we can't have that much freedom of speech. It would be dangerous and
dictators love a free internet.
And it could be very dangerous and people could get hurt and yada yada. It's like, wow, this sounds a lot like blood in the streets, right?
Shit's messy. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
you're doing it for your own good.
We could remember Bill Clinton's quote. You know, we could give them their tax money back and hope they spend it wisely. You know, we could give them their freedom of speech and hope they use it wisely.
Right.
Yeah. What are the chances of that?
Yeah. You know,
it's none of their business.
Yep. It means freedom, which is messy and scary and, you know, not what you want necessarily.
Nope.
You're not what everybody wants. And that's, you know, the woman with the mask, you know, I'm disobeying. No, you're not.
Oh, actually,
no,
you're
not, you idiot.
Oh my God. They cracked me up.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm resisting. No, you're not. That word does not mean what you think it means.
Oh my God.
Have always been free to wear a mask wherever the hell you want.
Except in a bank.
Yes. Which that's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
You know, the first smart dude that robs a bank with a mask on is going to be like, oh, I was just COVID, man. No, you can't charge me with wearing a mask.
That's right.
But, you know, just not paying for something is the same as banning it. Nope, sorry. Nope. That's not how it works.
Yeah, if you don't give it away for free, that's banning it.
Right. You know, there's no
what? I have to pay for it with my own money?
There's no free Corvette in my driveway. Clearly, they're banning Corvettes, which they are, but, you know.
Yeah.
Are they?
40 mile per gallon fleet regulation in the next 3 years.
Unless it's an electric Corvette.
Yeah.
Which would actually be cool. But we won't bore Brita with car talk with Jane Allen. So, like,
you know, you two could do like a separate second show together.
Honestly, I don't know that much about cars. It wouldn't be.
One is enough.
It would.
Jay will teach you, and then you can discuss.
No, I'm just a nerd. That's how I nerd out.
Yeah, there's enough car YouTubes and podcasts. I don't want to add my own idiocy to the mix.
Yeah, but back to what we were saying is, this whole concept that not paying for something is the same as banning it, and it's just, I would love to do a deep dive and see exactly when that became a thing. At what point, and we all, let's face it, it's about abortion. Because it was, safe, legal, and rare, and this, that, and the other thing, and because we're not paying for it, because the government can't fund it. Oh, you're banning it. No, that's not how it works.
I take abortion or no abortion. I take issue with paying for Planned Parenthood at all. Even if they were just like, I'm like, why?
They make plenty of money.
Oh,
how
am I going to get my birth control? Like, it costs like $7 at Target. You get the generic whatever of your birth control, and it's not that much money. I'm sure it's cost whatever you paid for your Starbucks fancy pink drink, yesterday. So it's offensive to me who have, I have healthcare and I still have like high deductibles and have to pay out the nose for prosthetics, and nobody's paying for my prosthetics.
Right.
I wouldn't ask anybody to pay for my prosthetics.
Someone could get along perfectly well without birth control.
Absolutely.
Much more easily than you can get around without the prosthetic.
There's a way of doing that.
Well, yes.
I'm told.
What, the birth control?
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I remember I had an argument with a woman on Facebook once, and this was years ago, and it was funny. It was in that whole, like, can't remember what the period was, but like people were like, oh God, I want to be paying for Planned Parenthood and blah, blah, blah. And this woman was like, I hope you never need something that you can't pay for. And I was like, well, I need a new leg and it's about $15,000. So I'll send you my address. You can write me a check.
Yeah.
And she deleted all of her comments and disappeared.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Anyway.
Funny how that works.
Jay.
Yes.
How was your birthday?
It was wonderful.
Yesterday was your birthday.
Nice. Yes, it was. I am even older than I was before yesterday. So, but again, considering the alternative,
correct,
I'll take it. So it was very low key. My son even called to wish me a happy birthday. So
that was nice.
So it was very nice of him.
That's good.
He was on the ship. So
is he out in the ocean somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
When he called, yeah, apparently they're
Neat.
Technically not supposed to, but they were close enough that.
Cool.
He's part of the E4 Mafia, so it's like I don't ask, and
E4 Mafia. That's right.
I don't know what that means, but I mean it sounds appropriate for Jay, the Mafia.
Yes. It's basically in Army, Marines, and
Navy.
No, Army Marines would be a corporal. In the Navy, it's a petty officer. Petty officer, third class. Third class is a corporal. Second class is a sergeant. Roughly, they're a little different. The Navy scale is a little like a full captain in the Navy is like a colonel. Yeah. It's much more skewed.
They got to be different.
So
but E4 is like the entry level NCO.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I was imagining, like a bunch of Italian sailors or something. I wasn't sure.
That's about what it is. Yeah.
It's if you need something and the official channels can't provide it or can't get it quick enough, the E4 Mafia will make it appear.
Think of you remember Corporal Radar O'Reilly on MASH?
Yeah.
He was E4 Mafia.
Yes,
gotcha.
that's exactly it.
Yep.
Don't ask too many questions, and you'll be
That's
fine.
right. Don't ask where it came from.
You know, because again, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Mm.
So,
Right.
but yeah,
Spiffy. Well,
Yeah.
I guess the big news of the day is Governor DeSantis signed the Disney bill in Florida.
yeah. I'm still trying to figure out why Disney thought
Right.
it could poke that bear.
Because they
And what I find especially humorous are the very same people on Facebook who are like, we should get a guillotine for all the billionaires. Her are like, how can they do this to Disney?
Right. What happened to the big corporations paying their fair share and
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. You know, it's like, well, maybe if they hadn't gotten into politics like they weren't supposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
It-
I don't understand why they weren't required to pay their taxes to begin with. I mean,
Well, to draw them to.
was it like an incentive to come to Florida? We won't.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's exactly what it was. It's like, we'll
Well-
build you a sports stadium if you have your sports team here.
Yeah, they cut
You
a
know.
deal.
Gotcha.
It's the same concept. And yeah, apparently as part of it, it was you stay out of the politics.
Oh. Well,
I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about
Yeah.
how large the Disney Corporation is. It's you kind of have the the old steel towns, for example, or the railroad tycoons who would have
right.
everybody was told to vote for whoever,
Hmm.
or you lose your job.
Right.
So you kind of you want to make sure that doesn't happen with Disney. So I mean, I'm grossly oversimplifying it. I'm sure I'm getting some parts of it wrong, but my back of the envelope calculations here are that they fucked up, plain and
Yeah.
simple.
Sure.
And honestly, at this point, they can't. It's not like they can pick up all their shit and move somewhere else. They're
Disney
firmly
will just
ensconced.
leave.
Although plenty of
Where?
idiots have suggested that.
oh my god, whatever.
People
Yes,
are actually saying on the internets, "Oh, Disney can move here or there."
They can
Well,
like
if they
they're
want to
gonna-
lose billions.
they're going to take all that infrastructure and
Right. I mean,
move
like,
it somewhere.
the Disney infrastructure is intense. Like they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
there's no bugs in Disney, and there's they every minute detail is like infrastructure in those parks.
Yep.
And
To pick
where
up and move all
else-
that, really?
Where are they going to go? Are they going to go to? Because think about it, right? You still need a temperate climate.
Yes, people
You
where people
need-
want a vacation.
You need to be
Yeah.
where people want to be. You need to be near water because they've got the
Mhm.
Disney Cruise Line. So
Right,
let's
right.
see. You've got Texas,
Texas will say nope.
Louisiana,
Wow. No.
Mississippi, Alabama,
No.
maybe Georgia. I mean, Georgia's
It's
got that
really
nice, tiny
there's
little
only
sliver.
there's only really two places in the US that are nice all year round, and that's Southern California and Northern Florida.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are
And that's
no other
exact-
there are no
They-
other
They're
places.
already in California, so that's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
No.
anywhere else you're either dealing with a miserable winter or a miserable summer.
I mean, I guess Houston. You're on the coast, and
It's too hot and humid.
well, Florida gets pretty hot too.
Not as bad as Houston.
No, you're
Trust me.
right. But I'm sure they could air condition the whole area.
I've
but-
been to Disney World and it was less humid in the summer than
Yes.
Houston.
That's saying a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So
But you know what I mean? It's like, where are they going to
Mm-hmm.
go? Are they going to,
Yeah.
you're going to go somewhere, one of the more liberal states? Well, guess what? Illinois, Massachusetts, New York.
yeah.
Mhm.
Good luck with that. You've got
Come to Cleveland. We have a
yeah.
harbor.
There you go. There you go. You're on the
It's on
water.
the
You could do
North
you could do a
Sure.
lake tour.
They could do
Lake
like Winter
cruise.
Disney. It'd be like the Winter Olympics, but Disney.
Winter Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, all the roller coasters, again, Cedar Point shuts down You know,
Yeah, sure does.
you know, it's like they're not gonna. Nobody's gonna go to a theme park when it's 10 below. You know.
I think it's weird they built a theme park like Cedar Point in
Actually,
Ohio.
there's people that would be doing it, Jay.
Oh,
Oh
Not
yes, but
not enough. Yeah,
exactly, not enough
not
to make
enough.
it
But
viable.
there'd be people that'd be like the Polar Bear Club or something. You know.
Go on a roller. I mean, it kind of would be
Oh,
cool,
God.
you know. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather go on a roller coaster like with 7 layers of clothes, just because there's more
Pad
padding.
you.
What's
yeah,
that?
if you fall
It
off.
pad you so when you're bouncing around.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Well, plus too, like my biggest fear on roller coasters is there's shit gonna fall out of my pockets. Like I have
Yeah.
I have special dad cargo shorts with Velcro flaps. So I put everything in the front
That's
pockets
right.
and do the Velcro, and I sit there with my hands over the pockets because I'm petrified that like my keys are gonna go.
I'm gonna lose my key. Yeah.
You know, my my phone's gonna go flying, and it's like the thrill ride. I don't care about that, but it's losing my shit. Yeah, literally losing my shit. I don't lose my shit all the time, but it's like it'd be nice if you had on like long pants and a coat and and extra pockets and
Yeah.
it'd be nice and toasty. And then you get like a nice puffy sweater or something, and so you're padded. The wooden roller coasters are the worst.
Yes, they are.
The new steel ones are actually pretty nice. They're nice,
smooth.
even, smooth.
The wooden ones
It's
beat
the
the shit
old
out
wooden
of
ones. Yeah, you start going around the corners and everything. Smash, smash. You're like,
Yep.
Stop.
Yep. Yeah, I rode one down here in Houston with my daughter, and we both got off of that. We're like, we're not doing that again. It was
Once was enough.
It wasn't that it was like scary or anything. It was just like it just beat the shit out of you.
Yep. I did that in King's Dominion down here in Virginia because when I was a teenager, I had a friend who went to East Carolina University in North Carolina, and I helped him move back into his apartment, and we spent a few days down here. We went to King's Dominion and Busch Gardens, and so I'd been to King's Dominion before, and I'm like, oh, I've been on these roller coasters; these are awesome. And then I go with my kids when I'm in my 40s, and I'm like, I get off, and I'm like, that's not how I remember it. I'm like, I don't remember aching for 3 days after. It's because you were 17, not 48. Yeah.
Big difference.
I think the first roller coaster I rode was I was 17. It was after prom. I'd never ridden a roller coaster before.
Wow.
And my family was
right
not
after
like
your prom.
It was like the day after, or the weekend
I thought
after,
you went like from the prom to a roller coaster. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but kind of weird.
No. And we went to Cedar Point. And
I've been
the
there.
very first. Okay, great. Well, the very first roller coaster I rode in my whole life was, I can't remember the name of it, but at the time it was the tallest roller coaster in the country. It's right on the water, and
I know
it was
the
the
one
very
you're
first
talking
roller
about.
coaster I ever rode, and
my kids probably know the name.
Yeah, I don't think it's the tallest now, but at the time, it was. So, yeah, that was fun.
Oh, you enjoyed it?
No.
No.
I mean, it was when I was 17, 18, I was like, like woo, but now looking back, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, the bloom comes off the rose pretty quick when the older you get. It's like,
no thanks.
But yeah, I'm still kind of shaking my head at what Disney thought they were going to accomplish.
They didn't think. That's the thing, Jay.
Yeah.
They were listening to the small minority, ignoring the majority, ignoring their customers, ignoring their shareholders.
Yeah.
And they didn't think. They thought they had the politicians all bought and paid for.
And DeSantis was spot on. He was like, the elected representatives were contacted by their constituents telling them to vote for this bill, and you are trying to countermand the will of the people. And I don't understand that when you could do perfectly well by saying and doing Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, big companies can't do that anymore, Jay.
Yeah.
They have to say something. They have to fly the gay flag or whatever, and they have to be politically correct, and they have to be woke. Hell, I work for a company that's like that. They have to be super woke on everything.
Universal didn't say shit.
No, they didn't. You know what they are saying though now? They're saying
Nine Spraken?
finally we're on a level playing field with Disney.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I just, again, it's, I guess it's a case of, kind of believing your own press.
Sure.
They figured, like you said, they figured that we're untouchable. We're Disney.
Right.
We're going to take our ball and go home. And DeSantis was like, go right ahead. Where are you going? You're going to relocate to New York? You're going to go to Lake Placid? Is that where you're going to, the new Disney World?
Well,
how's Euro Disney doing?
And it's not. That's the thing. And it's like it's like you said, this was not just DeSantis. This was like an overwhelming majority of senators and representatives. I mean, the vote was, what was the vote? I just had it just a second ago.
It was like
it was really
like
lopsided.
It was like 2/3. It was you can't get, the only other thing that you can get politicians to agree on is pay raises for politicians. But I don't know. I mean, taking a step back, I actually have to admire the double speak involved, that they've gotten this as the don't say gay bill.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, you're not. What it is you're not going to describe intimate physical contact to preschoolers and elementary school kids and children of an age that have no business whatsoever knowing who you sleep with. And then we talked about this. We talked about this earlier. It's like, I didn't know if my teachers were married. I didn't think my teachers were human. I assumed they slept in a coffin all summer. And it's like, I can't tell my kindergarten class that my husband and I went paddleboarding.
Why do they need to know that?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. It's not that you can't say that you're gay. It's that you can't describe the intimate physical process.
Well, it's more than that, Jay. The thing that really torqued them off was the language that said that you couldn't hide it from the parents.
Yeah.
If you did it.
Yep.
So you couldn't be like, don't tell your mom and dad that we had this conversation.
Who says stuff like that? Yeah.
Groomers, pedophiles.
Yeah.
That's exactly who says that.
And I forget who it was that first brought it up. I want to say it was Law Dog, but a little fuzzy. But any adult that's not family that tells your kids don't tell your mom and dad, that's, as the kids say, that's sus.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That is extremely, that sets off all kinds of warning
And even
bells.
if it's family, if it's not like, here's what I'm getting your mom for Christmas, don't tell
exactly.
her.
And that's, and that was the context. That was the context was, family can get away with it to a certain extent because it's don't tell your folks, but I'm going to, buy them a cruise or, whatever, your grandparents, the kids' grandparents saying, don't tell your folks, but we're going to pay to put a swimming pool in or, whatever, something big like that.
Why are they telling the kids?
My feeling is like, if you're an adult and just the idea of talking to, say, a 5-year-old about sex doesn't squeak you out, like
a 5-year-old who is not related to you.
Right. It's
oh, Jay, even if it's related, I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean,
but I mean, there's, at a point you need to mention, certain things. Yeah, I know.
My daughter's 21 and we still don't have that talk.
Yeah. Awkward.
But yeah, and again, it's, I have to admire the Orwellian way that they've twisted this around. You know, that it's like they have people thinking that literally it is against the law to use the word gay in Florida. Like, people really think that. I guarantee you, if you polled 100 people.
Oh, sure.
I would like to know where that started. Where did that start? Because
I'm sure.
I mean, you know how they track memes? You know how they track memes? Like, where did this meme start? What was the origin of this meme? You know, whatever. There's got to be like an origin of this.
Yeah.
Who came up with this idea of don't say gay? I don't know if it was the media or if it was political or I mean, like.
I'm sure it was a focus group. I'm sure they came up with how can we twist this? Because if you asked people at random, you know, should strangers be allowed to talk to your kids about sexual matters? You'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
You know, would you let a perfect stranger, you know, i.e. someone who's not family, someone who's not related to you, discuss those types of matters with your kids? You'd be like, oh, hell no. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you even suggest such a thing? So we've got to take the edge off. You know, well, it's not that. It's just that they can't discuss certain things. And what if you have a teacher who has a alternative lifestyle and they want to discuss how they fisted all weekend? Well, you know, no, you don't need to be telling an 8-year-old that.
No.
You know, again, it also covers perfectly normal heterosexual relations.
I don't want to hear any of that anyway.
I don't want to hear about other people's perfectly, you know, heterosexual relationships when it pertains to my school children.
I don't want to hear it.
They don't.
For me.
Yeah, well, there's that too. But you know, to
damn
twist,
sure the kids don't need to hear it.
To twist that into, they passed the law saying that you can't use the word gay. You can't.
Well, it's also interesting, Jay, that the whole that's what they got out of that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You can't. So apparently, the only people that want to talk to your kids about sex are gays, right? Because that's
the implication.
Not necessarily,
but that's the implication. That's the implication of calling it the don't say gay.
That's right. Because the implication is it's perfectly acceptable for a heterosexual teacher to talk to their second grade class about intimate sexual practices as long as they're heterosexual, and it's not.
No.
You know, the bill is equally applicable to heterosexual couples as it is homosexual couples. But they distilled it down. This was a focus group. This was absolutely shopped around and
talking
honed.
Points and
Exactly. Like, how can we make this sound like something you should oppose? You know, like, because the government saying that you can't say gay in a classroom, wait a minute, that's un-American. That's anti-free speech. Except that's not what the bill is. And
DeSantis also did a thing. I'm sorry, Jay.
I was just going to say
math books. Did you hear about that?
Oh my God. The example is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one that was CRT, wasn't it? It was like
right.
You know, they gave like an algebra problem and the correct answer had, you know, they were unable to ride the bus because they were black or whatever it was. And
right.
It's like, you know, people are like, I don't get it because you have to solve the math problem. And it's like, you don't need it. You're trying to teach a concept of algebra. Okay.
Right.
You don't need to throw in all this other shit. Okay. That goes in the history class.
Yeah. Except Jay, getting the right answer is racist.
Yeah.
You can't have
exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like the problem is we've got a basic instructional problem where let's get the core concepts. Let's get those across. Okay. And you can do all of the other stuff. There's a class for that. It's called history or civics or social studies or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's another class for that. You don't need to be screwing up math. Math is math.
Well, you might also say, Jay, that when schools get to the point where they can reliably teach children the basics, which they most assuredly cannot, then maybe we'll talk about the other things they might be able to teach.
Bingo. Exactly.
Don't come to me telling me you're going to teach the kids about sex when you can't even teach them to read and write and do math.
Right. Right.
I mean, what's that going to turn
what was
out
that
like?
case? If I'm not mistaken, it was Baltimore, where they found that there was a kid who had like a 0.1 something grade point average, and he was in like the upper 2/3.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
It
he
was
was
like
like on his way to be the valedictorian or something.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was like he wasn't gonna progress from 9th grade to 10th grade, and he missed like something ridiculous, like 120 days of school, like a huge number of days.
Wow.
He just missed them, and he didn't show up to class, and he had like a point something GPA, and he wasn't like the bottom 5%. He was like in the 50 something or 60 something percentile.
Yeah.
It's like, talk to me when the 60th percentile means something.
Yeah.
I just learned that my school system is running another levy this election.
Really?
All right. You get to say no to all the things again.
Oh my God.
Is that the thing? Is that the thing where they do it just to they just do it all the time, no matter what anybody says? They just
I don't even know anymore.
Oh,
It's
you
just,
voted against it last year. Maybe you'll vote for it this year.
Yeah, well, they
kind of
have been
thing?
doing that. Yeah, we did vote
Yep.
wrong a couple of times, and so they just kept on running it.
Yep. And they changed the wording ever so slightly. So a yes vote means you don't not
Right.
want them to not do this thing that they shouldn't not do. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
I'm still a member of the Facebook group for the town that I lived in Massachusetts, and right now they're without getting too in the weeds on local politics. Basically, Massachusetts has what's called Prop 2.5, and it came into being in like the 70s. But basically, a town can't increase your property taxes more than 2.5% without a town-wide vote to approve or not. And there's currently another override going in place because the regional school is way over budget on they're building a new high school for there's 3 towns in a region, and they're building a new high school because it's an old high school and it's got asbestos and it's terrible and it's blah 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 blah. Okay, we need a new high school. Okay, the furnace is bad. Okay, do we have any assurance whatsoever that the brand new high school you're going to build isn't going to be so horribly neglected that you need a new one 50 years later?
Of course not, Jay. Jesus.
Crickets chirping. So anyway, the initial amount that we were told, that townsfolk were told, is not we anymore, because I don't give a rat's ass how much taxes go up. The initial amount that they were told this project was going to cost was ridiculously low. It was like, oh God, no. So now they're coming down, and we need to raise your taxes more than 2.5% to pay for the schools. Won't you think of the children? And one of the most vocal people is actually a friend of mine. I've actually gone to Laconia Motorcycle Week with this guy. He's a good guy. This is a blue collar dude. He works in a car dealership in the service center. Okay, he's a mechanic. Good guy, good with his hands, but he's not one of the white collar Boston people. And he's like, when I built my house, 30 something years ago, my yearly tax bill was under $2,000. It's $9,500 now. And you're telling me that you want to raise them again.
Whoa.
And, it's like, well,
yep.
There you are. There you are, folks. And they're being horribly disingenuous while all of the yes people are like, the children deserve a new school. They're like, yeah, you're going to vote for this override. But by the way, you have to vote for overrides in the next 3 years or it won't be enough. So really, you're saying we're going to override this year and next year and the year after that. Now, bear in mind, there have also been overrides because, let's see, they built a $20-something million addition to the elementary school that added 0 new classrooms. 0.
Oh, it's all administrative stuff. Yeah.
My kids were there the last year. We moved shortly after they finished the building.
Do the people
And
who
they-
vote for this routinely complain about their taxes?
Oh, it's
I mean, like,
hysterical, Brita.
Do they put two and two together at any
the
point?
same people who are like, we need this for the children. We need this.
Yeah.
The children can't learn in crowded classrooms and blah, 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 blah. Every fucking January like clockwork. I can't believe the tax bill. It's like the two are related. Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Who knew? But yeah, they built, and I've probably said this a dozen times, but they built a brand new building, and it turned out to be a giant new gymnasium and a cafeteria.
Ah.
And did they turn the old cafeteria? Did they turn the old gymnasium into classrooms? Nope. Did they turn the old cafeteria into classrooms? Nope. They turned them into administration.
You always need more than that, right?
That's why
But
they got to
yet-
keep raising those levies so they can hire more administrators.
Yeah.
But when it comes time for the override, it's like, you have to vote for this or we're going to let teachers go.
Right.
It's like,
Bye-bye.
it's always teachers, cops, and trash collection.
You know,
That's
it's like
At
that's
this
like
point,
the-
I would not give a shit if they let teachers go because there's too many of them. First of all,
I remember. Yeah,
like
well,
every classroom has like 3 teachers in it now. Like what is going on?
They also have like a glut of administrators. I mean, colleges are bad, but like schools are like, you know,
Yeah.
because I remember like elementary school, there was a principal and a couple
Vice
of office
principal?
ladies,
Yep.
and that was it.
Yep.
There was nothing
Yeah.
else. And even in junior high, there was like a principal and an assistant principal and a few office ladies, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in high school, it was the same thing. There was like, I don't know, there was like a couple of assistant principals, and there was an office.
You might
staff,
have an executive assistant.
yeah.
Now, everybody has an executive assistant.
It's nuts.
Everyone. And there's a deputy this and an assistant that and an associate this, and
Yeah.
and it's like they never say, oh, we're gonna need to let the assistant deputy director go, because nobody would care. They'd be like,
Right.
have one of those? Wait a minute, hold on, who?
Right.
But again, it's much more important that we teach kids how to fist properly. We need someone in charge of fisting, because that's the important thing.
Right.
Which that's like the whole don't tell your parents. I'm like, bitch, please. Newton, Mass was doing that 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. I distinctly remember that when I lived up in Mass. They had a workshop that the junior high, I'm showing my age here, middle school, the middle school kids went to.
It was
And they
junior
were
high when I
told
was a kid too.
it's junior high, but it's middle school and elementary school, grammar school, whatever the fuck they call it, Yeah. But yeah, these are sixth grade or fifth or sixth grade. It depends on the location, through eighth grade. And they went to a workshop where they were taught how to fist. And this was, I'm not kidding. This was at least 20 years ago. I mean, I've been in Virginia for almost 9 years, and this was long before I moved down here.
I remember we had the sex ed thing like when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, and it was basically
you had to have like
sex. Don't do it.
You had to have a permission slip from your mom or from your parents to okay
It was your mom. It was your mom. Your dad was like, "Fuck, I ain't doing that."
And all they did was separate us out into boys and girls.
Yeah.
And we watched a movie about.
We also watched.
grainy-
Yeah, we watched a movie also. However, it was you had to come with your parents.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that was fun.
Awkward.
Awkward.
Alan?
I think it was more kind of like about like kind of in general terms. There was no like
Wow.
explicit stuff, but
Yeah.
however,
It was like, as a young
in
woman
retrospect,
becomes a-
I think of my father. Like,
Oh,
oh god,
man.
Alan,
So
Sorry, Dad.
embarrassing.
let me ask you,
Yes, Jay.
was it reel to reel? Did it beep when you needed to advance it?
the film strip.
No, it was like a 8mm, like actual 8mm like movie with the projector.
We had the reels.
Yeah.
And then we get to the end and it would start
You go,
rewinding.
yeah. That's
I guess
what
you're
it
not
was.
that much older than me because I had those too.
Oh
They
God.
probably used the same movie.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Sparky the Sperm, if I remember correctly.
Oh boy. I don't remember that much, but
I don't
I'm gonna have to
remember
look that up.
I don't remember it at all.
I remember Sparky the Sperm.
but yeah,
distinctly.
we've gone from Sparky the Sperm to Don't Say Gay to, kids, don't tell your parents.
Wow.
But again, that's one of the unintended consequences of COVID.
It's funny. I don't remember the sex ed film, but I remember the driver's ed film.
Oh God, blood on the highway.
What was it? Signal 30 was a classic. It was Ohio State Patrol. The Ohio State Patrol did a lot of those driver's ed movies.
Well,
Do you know what I remember from driver's ed? See, I took because I went to a private school that was many miles away. I took driver's ed locally, and one of the many local driver's ed schools, and it was actually a friend of the family. And the one thing I remember was the driver's ed teacher saying, and I quote, "Don't ever run from a fat cop; they'll just shoot you." That's the one thing I remember from driver's ed.
And you've lived by that rule.
I have never run from a fat cop.
There you go. Did you find the movie, Brita?
Brita looks horrified.
I bet it's on YouTube.
you know what? I just
Sparky the Sperm. I guarantee you, if you put that into Google, you'll find more than you ever wanted to know.
I kind of am. I'm not clicking any links, but
It's
yeah.
Sparky the Sperm visits the ceiling.
Don't.
Sparky the Sperm finds a sock. I mean, it's cool.
Okay, Jay, you're cut off.
I'll take a moment to remind people this is not a family-friendly show.
We're educational, and you gonna learn.
Oh man,
It's also Earth Day.
That's right. Have you composted your murdered girlfriend, Alan?
I have not, and I feel bad about that. But you know what?
I need to turn on more lights.
I was just out in the yard burning some tires in honor of Earth Day.
There you go. Okay.
Excellent.
Yes, it was very interesting. The Alexa question of the day was about Earth Day. It was like, it's brought in because of the UN revolution. I'm like, really? No mention of the guy that started it all, who had again, he actually murdered his girlfriend and left her body in a trunk,
Right,
in his closet.
Yes, let's mention the actual origins of Earth Day, which was body disposal.
Oh no, yeah, it kind of is. Yeah,
I mean, we're returning it to nature. Yeah,
that's why composting is so important, people.
Yeah, that's right. It destroys evidence. But yeah, Earth Day.
You're not supposed to put meat in your compost pile.
You know who celebrates Earth Day? North Korea.
Every single day.
Just look at the light map. In North Korea, look at them shut off all their lights for Earth Day. Look, they're so conscious.
Nobody has really made a fuss about Earth Day this year, I don't think.
No,
I
not
heard
really.
that much about it.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. It's a little surprising because you'd think that would be like a slam dunk virtue signal. It's like, look at how environmentally conscious we are. We're celebrating Earth Day.
I'm sure the usual suspects are. I just don't pay attention to them, so I don't see it.
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody's been like, we installed solar panels for Earth Day. Oh, rare earth metals strip mined by slave labor.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you. Yeah.
That's totally worth sending $800 fucking million to Ukraine for.
Yep.
The guy who founded Earth Day, Ira Einhorn, who killed his girlfriend. I was thinking about him today, and the left kind of lionizes all sorts of guys who are murderers.
Yeah.
Che
Stalin,
Guevara,
Yeah.
Guevara,
Teddy
Mao.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
You know, these are their heroes. They just,
Yep.
I don't know. How do they
Yeah,
overlook
but I
it? I
mean,
don't know.
You got to feel bad for Teddy because, in one stroke, JFK Jr., bam, doubled his body count.
Ooh,
Oh, too soon?
yeah.
Nah,
But yeah,
not too soon.
in the war on women, Ted Kennedy has a confirmed kill. Oh.
I would also like to point out that the Score Report has higher viewership than CNN Plus.
Yeah, well, that's damning with faint praise, Alan.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah. Did you see? Oh my fucking God, the tweet, Alan. Remember, if you're going to gloat about CNN Plus, there's journalists who are out of a job.
Really?
Excuse me. By the way, everyone that worked on the Keystone XL pipeline says, fuck you.
Oh,
Wow.
Learn to code, bitches.
Yeah.
That's right. Holy shit.
That's right. Learn to
You
code.
know, these people live in such a bubble, you know?
Yeah, they
But
do.
we're
Such a
supposed to
bubble.
feel sorry. You didn't want to pay $8 a month to watch fucking Brian Stelter, whatever the fuck his name is.
This is the thing about CNN Plus is like, I don't understand how it was going to be different than regular CNN. Like,
More
I
shit
already
you
get
didn't want to see.
I already get the propaganda. I ain't paying for it.
right.
Well, it's more shit nobody wanted to see. What was it? Somebody's book club and
Nobody reads
Yeah,
anymore.
I think they saw like Disney Plus and Discovery Plus and all of the
Oh.
premium channels. And they were like, oh, we're going to cash in on that. They forgot that you need to have a product people will want to pay to see.
Right.
You
I
know,
heard that
Disney Plus-
Netflix is going to have a subscription now, too.
Netflix
Like,
is a
you already
I was going to
paid
say, I
for
thought
Netflix.
Netflix already.
No, I think it's supposed to be like on top of.
It's like Netflix After Dark.
Well, you know how
wait,
like Amazon
no, that's the wrong
Prime,
kind.
Amazon Prime, there's stuff you can watch for free, and then there's stuff you have to pay extra for.
Yeah,
I think they're thinking about doing that, which it's not going to
that's where I
save
watch
them.
my.
It's not going to save them at all.
Nearly. This is the blurb from CNN Plus. So this is the draw. This is what they were gonna do. CNN's original hit series, like Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown, which were previously streamed elsewhere, will now be available exclusively on CNN Plus. That's like a 15-year-old show
Yeah.
or more.
Yeah. Plus,
And
he's dead.
and new
Yeah, I was gonna
programs like the Don Lemon Show and Jake Tapper's Book Club.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Spanking with Jeffrey Toobin.
Sparky the Spur with Jeffrey Toobin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
gosh.
no.
I don't understand why they thought that would be.
I know. I can't understand why this isn't drawing people in by the dozen. The hardest part had to be explaining to their subscriber that they were shutting down.
Yeah. Maybe they just wrote like a handwritten note or something.
They only had to write one. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Schadenfreude, yeah. Yes, lots of it. By the truckload.
It's really spectacular. I mean, it is really spectacular.
Every once in a while, your hubris just runs smack dab into a brick wall of reality. Nope.
Well, here's the thing, though, Jay. Everybody that gets CNN gets it on their cable plan, right?
Yeah, it's like part of basic cable. Like
it's not an option. If you get cable, you're getting CNN, and you don't have a choice. It's not like you can go, oh yeah, I don't want that, because if they offered it, nobody'd get it. Oh.
Guess what time it is?
Mr. Titus
He's just
would like to inform you that it is supper time.
Hi.
I would like
Hey,
to.
buddy.
I have not been fed
time
in
is it?
several weeks.
What time is it?
There he is. Tiger.
Ow.
He's like, you know what time it is. It's time to feed me. Feed me.
You know what time it is?
Feed me now.
Come here.
It's show and tell time.
Come on.
It's what?
Come up.
It's show and tell time.
Show and tell time.
Yes, indeed.
Ah, and I hear that Brita has a show and tell this week.
I
Yes,
do.
she does.
And it's not the cat, although
This is
he's pretty great.
It could be. a cat.
wrong window, sir.
I have a new knife. This is,
Titanium.
I know. And the reason
Rough,
why I got
Rough
titanium,
Rider. Oh, it's the.
I was gifted this knife.
It's the Teddy Roosevelt, not Teddy Kennedy. Big difference. Huge.
Nice.
Ah, yes. It's a major award. No, wait. Hold on.
It is.
It's a major award. It's a lady leg knife. It's like a lady's leg. And I've always wanted one just because I've always thought it was funny because, I'm an amputee. So
That's great.
I have a spare
And
leg.
apparently
anyway.
this is like a big subgenre of knife.
Yeah. I mean, oops,
It is.
sorry. It's cat dinner.
It's
If you
cat-
look in
it's
like
cat
the Smoky
feeding
Mountain
time.
Knife Work catalog, there's
They have a bunch of them.
Bunch of leg knives, like leg lamps. It's a major award.
Yeah, they come in all sorts of colors and stuff. And I think this is supposed to be like a bottle opener. I've never tried it.
I'm sure it is. Looks like it could
The
be.
reason,
Yeah.
the reason I have the titanium one is because part of my prosthesis is titanium. So I just thought
Makes perfect sense.
Very cool.
makes sense. And it's a cute little knife. It's not expensive. I think it's like $10 or something.
Right.
Right. And good for a little pocket knife. It has no clip and it has no like lock. So you just
It's
Where's
like a
Mike?
traditional
Hi,
pocket
Mike.
knife.
Yep, there's Mike. Hi, Mike.
Showing,
you're on the
show
Sqrpt
and tell.
report.
I am live.
Mike's on cat duty. And I don't know, it's just cute. So
It is. It has personality.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Very cool. It's very
Like-
nice.
Excellent. And
A little leg.
And but before the show, I was trying to like look up the history of these leg knives because they're like a thing and they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors. And I found a video. I'll link it on the MeWe page, which is interesting. And apparently, leg-shaped knives they found evidence of leg-shaped knives in like ancient Rome. So it's a thing. And
clearly.
yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah,
But also,
there we are.
there's himself. But it kind of like men. I always think of like men like girl shaped
Yes.
things.
It's right up there with the pin that you turn upside down and the lady loses her bikini.
yeah, it's like that. Yeah, or the Venus of Willendorf, or
Yeah. I'm sure people were making, well, for instance,
Yes.
if I can get over here to it without killing myself or scraping the anthropomorphic sword.
Yeah.
People have been making knives and swords out of that looked like body parts and things.
Do you ever see that knife? They always have them at the Ren fairs and stuff, Jay. They look like it's got two balls on it.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like a dagger and
It's-
it's got like
Yeah,
It's the penis dagger.
that's
Yeah.
Phallic dagger.
those were actually, that's an actual medieval. They actually had those, the bollocks daggers.
Oh, there you go.
That was a real thing. It was very common.
Never mind the bollocks. Oh, sorry.
And I remember when I was a kid seeing you saw a lot more of it then, but people would take like a deer leg or something and then make a knife handle out of it.
Sure.
Yep.
All kinds of stuff like that.
Anyway, that was my show and tell.
That's a great one. I like it.
That's an awesome one, Brita.
Do you have one, Jay?
I'm gonna get other
I
colors.
always
think.
have a show and tell, Alan.
All right.
But my show and tell today is just to basically like say neener neater to Alan.
Oh man.
It's the Decimus, and it works.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alan.
but how
Couldn't-
long will it work, Jay?
Well, that's a big question. That's a good question.
Because mine worked for about 2 weeks.
Well, I've had this one for a while now, but
Okay.
again, I have a bunch of knives, so it doesn't get used as much. But
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. It's not technically double edged. This is this is not an actual edge, but
Yeah.
it's a neat knife when it works. And Alan is testament that they don't always work. So
Yep.
this was pretty much, I happened to come across this last week when I was looking up my, seeing what I was going to get for my show and tell. And I was like, oh, my Decimus, I have to tease Alan.
Thank you, Jay. That was
So-
very nice.
That's
Watch
my
your
show and
fingers.
tell.
Okay.
It's a Decimus. Yes. Don't hurt yourself. But remember, kids, don't close the knife on your finger.
That's right.
It's the biggest problem I have with ballad songs is I start flipping them around and inevitably I cut myself.
And you flip it the wrong way, and
That's right. You have to start with the latch part on the bottom in a certain, it has to be facing one direction. And if you
Right.
face it the other direction, you go flip, flip, flip. Ow, damn it.
yeah. Like if I flipped it right now, I'm cutting my finger.
Yep. So Al, is that your show and tell, Alan?
Well, I've
You have a
showed it
ballast phone?
before. It's just I've had this since I was in high school.
What is your show and tell, Alan?
Well, I don't really have one.
You don't even have a cat there?
Huh?
No cats.
No cats today.
I think I have
Well,
enough
since
cat for
they
all of us. this
Yeah,
evening.
you've got enough cat right there.
3 more months. I'll be able to
We
have
should give him-
actual.
Oh, you'll be able to have
Automatic That's right. We can't carry them, mind you.
switchblade.
We can't carry them, but we can own them.
Really?
It's a good thing I don't have any automatic knives.
Well, even before they
I say
passed the
nothing.
knife law in Texas, you could have one. You just couldn't carry it. But you could still
The
have
whole
it.
thing is the way the law is written is that you can't sell them, and
Oh.
owning them is prima facie evidence you're going to sell it. Which I'm like, huh? How does that work?
It's bullshit.
Because it seems to me like that could be used to make literally everything illegal. Well,
Well,
you
yeah, that's
can
the
own
whole
it, but you
point,
can't
Jay.
sell it. And if you own it, it's proof you're going to sell it.
Right. Well, it's just like the drug laws, right? If you have more than X amount,
Yeah.
that's accepted fact that you're a dealer. Because why else would you?
Can we
have
go
that
on record
much?
as saying we should just legalize everything and let Darwin sort them out? Can we just say that,
Right.
please?
I just had to look up when did the constitutional carry go into effect for Ohio? Speaking of,
Yeah.
June 13th.
Awesome.
Juneteenth. No, wait, no, that's the 19th.
That's Yeah.
Father's Day is Juneteenth this year.
interesting.
Little fun fact for everyone. I don't know why
How
I
are you
remember
going to celebrate,
that,
Jay?
probably by barbecuing stuff because that's what I do
Oh,
every
good.
Father's Day.
Excellent.
We barbecue. That's usually steak. So
All right.
I try really hard not to
So what are you doing this year?
barbecuing.
Yeah, but something
What meat?
besides
Ah,
steak.
I'm going to liberate a steak onto my grill.
You're gonna
Into my belly.
but
Mortgage your house. Buy
You're
some
gonna
steak.
get a loan to be able to buy that steak.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. It's like, fortunately, the steak that we like at BJ's Warehouse was at a reasonable price, and we got a lot of it
Oh, good.
because we have a full-size
Stocked
stand-up
up.
freezer, and it's full
Good deal.
for that very reason. Because we did the same thing with boneless chicken. They had it, still at the original, non-Joe Biden price, and we bought a lot.
I guess it's kind of ridiculous right now because of the
It's-
bird flu, chicken flu, something.
It's only gonna
I
get
filled
worse.
I filled up Brita, we have the same car, right? It's not
Yeah.
a big car. It's not a big gas
No.
tank. It was $45 to fill my tank.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. I'm
I
like,
know.
I mean, I downsized. I had a giant fucking Dodge V8 pickup truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to save money. And then Joe Bidenflation went, oh, fuck you. You're going to save money.
Nope.
Gas is back to $4 a gallon. I may buy, it's Earth Day. I should have bought another pickup truck just because it's Earth Day. I need
Yeah.
something that wastes gas just to say, fuck you. I'm still working on.
I was just going to say it cost over $100 to fill up my truck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember those days. No, I'm trying to work on a parallel between my Harley and a smart car because they carry the same number of people. They both use premium gas. The Harley gets better gas mileage, and you don't look like a shithead driving one. I'm just saying.
And if you get hit, it's going to be about the same.
It's about the same.
result.
Yeah. You're about as safe in a Harley as you are in a smart car.
Yeah.
So
Most people in smart cars aren't running helmets either. So,
but they should.
they maybe should.
I'm sorry. I'm going to hell, aren't I?
Yep.
All right.
Express ticket.
Well,
you kidding? I'm driving the bus. I'm just like, yeah, I'm driving.
That's it for this week.
Stick a fork in us. We're done.
We'll be back next
all right.
week.
Yes.
Unless something happens.
Well,
You
it's always
know,
that chance.
We all get COVID. Oh, that's right. That doesn't exist anymore. We didn't even talk about the masks.
I know.
Yeah. It's not even a thing, really.
All
I don't
of
even
a
think about masks anymore.
All of a sudden, unelected judges are bad. Who knew?
Amazing.
Oh my God. No, this is the end of the fucking world.
How dare those judges overrule the CDC? How
Yes.
awful of them.
Yep. And like, just like that, you don't need a mask. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that was part of the plan. This is all part of the fucking save Joe Biden's ass in the midterms plan. Because all of a sudden, you don't have to wear a mask on an airplane. That's the last vestige of the COVID regime.
Yeah,
was the airport.
Except they're fighting it.
Of course, they have to. They got to put up a token resistance. Oh, we have to save lives. And then they just very quietly, and then everything's back to normal. And then Joe Biden in October is, I beat COVID. Although Joe Biden is really going to be like, ice cream. But,
Yep.
Well, I'm thinking they might use the mask thing as like something to cause an incident. You know?
That's a very real possibility. You
It's
see
like
a big spike.
A straw that will break a camel's back, that sort of thing. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was there anything more
Anyway.
pathetic than Joe Biden being ferried out of a bad situation by the Easter Bunny?
Bunny.
Wow.
Ooh,
I'm
was-
just like,
wow.
this is the leader of the free world, people. And
Wow.
he has to be directed away from a tough question by the Easter Bunny. Someone asked about Afghanistan, and they were like, oh, nope. The Easter Bunny will save you, Joe.
I want to know who was wearing that Easter Bunny suit.
James Carville. I don't know. Probably
Could have been. All right. Now we're
Ghislaine
really
Maxwell. Yeah, we forgot
still
that
alive?
name. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Still alive.
Got to be the best dead man switch ever.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
All righty, folks. I
Have a
think
great week, Jay.
You too, Brita.
Bye.
You too. Good night.